Hey everybody, this is Mark Harris, 1555 Filmworks. Today we're going to talk about why Tyler Perry way is the way. I'm going to repeat that. Why is Tyler Perry's way the way? And what do I mean by when I say Tyler Perry's way? I mean um, independence, freedom, uh, justice, equality. So those are the things he carved out for himself. He carved out the freedom, the independence, the justice, the equality. He carved those things out for himself, right? And he carved up, no matter how he did it, right? How we think he did it. I know people say, well, he put on the dress. It doesn't matter. The man he has created a world. He has created a system. He has built a system. He has done something. He looked at the model of Hollywood, right? And he had it in his head. He said, this is what I want to do for our people. And so he went to Atlanta and he did that. But he showed us, what did he show us? He showed us that he said, okay, if I can do this and I was homeless, then you can do it too. And so when I say Tyler Perry way is the way, I mean that his way is the way. And so one of the things that he does, he has his independence, right? But also within that, what he was able to do is have ownership of his content. And that shows you the power of having ownership, of your content. Like there are a few of my films that I don't have ownership in, right? And that I do not own, just a few. But those few films that I do not own, those films were made out of, those agreements, those contracts were made because I was desperate. So that's why I tell people I don't deal with desperate people. I don't make deals out of desperation. I've turned down so many offers and so many deals in the last year or so, in the last 2 or 3 years, because I'm just not going to do a deal that I don't have ownership of my own content that I created. I'd rather go out and make a $10,000 film or $70,000 film than go and make a $5 million film and make a little bit of money off that film. And when I say a little bit of money, I mean $2 or $3 million, whatever, off those films, and I never be able to pass that ownership down to my children. That's the future that I see. So it's about having your own studio, a place where you can go. It doesn't have to be as big as Tyler Perry. You may want it to be, and it can be. You know what I'm saying? But but the thing is the fact that we want a place where we can go, and a studio that we can go, that we don't have to continue to rent out other people's studios and things like that. Because again, not only is it an area, just keep this in mind, a studio also is real estate. Real estate is real wealth. Owning land, the land is the real wealth. Land is real wealth. Gold is real wealth. Dollar is the dollar falls every day. It has 99. It's lost 99% of its value. So what we want to do is, that's why people will offer us these tons of money. At the end of the day, we can lose it all. So we want to get into the land, which is the studio part of it, the real estate part of it, and the ownership of our content. So you're seeing a lot of these artists who we're hearing about, they're selling their rights to their content, their catalog. I think it's a bad move, because they give you $300 million or $200 million for your content, or they know that the value of that money we're losing the value of the dollar every single day. So that's why it's important for us to study like economics and things like that. But also, Tyler Perry was the way, because it allows us to pass that knowledge, that ownership down to our children, and we teach them, and they pass it down to their children. They teach their children, they pass it down to their children, and we look up 100, 200, 300 years from now, and whatever we built today will be in the future when we long and gone. So that's what I'm saying. The Tyler Perry way is the way. And it's kind of crazy for us, and I see filmmakers all the time, and people in general, who are very critical of his films. He doesn't care. He's not here to please filmmakers. He's not here to please those those people who he's not servicing. It's just like this. Like if you're a pastor and you have your flock, Why, and you're a Christian pastor, and you have your flock. Why would you try to teach some other religion in your flock outside of Christianity? You know, one second. Teapot, I'm back. So why would you try to teach anything outside of what you know? You know, so his audience, he understands who his audience is, right? He understands where his audience comes from. Let him deal with his audience. His audience loves the content that he's putting out, and he's not going to change for us. He's not going to change for you. He has an audience that he's servicing, and allow him to service that audience. It's none of our business. We can so we look for we look for the negative in things, right? But look for the positive. Study the man. Study what he did. Study the importance of ownership. Study the importance of independence. Study how what was he able to do to keep that ownership? What was he able to do to keep that independence? Study him instead of being critical of him, right? That's what we have to do. So that's what I'm saying. His way, Tyler Perry's way, is the way. Thank you and take care.